Hey everyone, welcome to Pink Tutu Tarot. So today we're going to look at what's coming up for you in your career. I'm going to do a full Celtic cross spread and really dig deep and see what's going on, where you are, what's happening, what's coming, and what things are going to look like for you. So I've already done the readings. I'm doing the intro after the reading, and these cards came from the readings. They just represent one energy within, but I'm hoping as you see the card, something there will spark your intuition, your interest, and will tell you which reading to watch. So for group one, your card is Feeling Aptitude. For group two, your card is Optimism. And finally, for group three, your card is Exhaustion. All right, so take a look at the cards, select the one that resonates with you the most, go down into the description box and click on the timestamp for the reading that you want to watch, and it'll take you right there, and I'll see you there, y'all. Thanks. Hey, group one. Okay, we're going to take a look at what is coming up in your career. So we're going to do a Celtic cross spread. We're just going to do tarot today, but I've got two different decks. One's a little bit of a different kind of deck. I think it's called the Bright Ideas Tarot. And we're going to see what's coming for you. All right. Cards. Bottom of the deck, you have Passage, which is card 13. It's the Death card. Okay. We have Choice in reverse, and that's being crossed by Restlessness. Base of your reading, we have Fantasy. Recent past, we have Desire in reverse. Crowning your reading, we have Feeling Aptitude. Near future, we have Confrontation. Your energy is Demolition in reverse. The people or the environment around you is Teamwork reversed. The advice from Spirit, Learning Preparation. And the outcome, is Luck. That's the Wheel of Fortune. Very interesting, very, very interesting. Okay, give me just a couple seconds. I want to take all this in, see if I get any initial messages for you, and then we'll talk about what's going on here. All right. They're telling me there's nothing they need to say. It's all in the cards. So I'm sure they will have more messages as we go along, but I go with what they tell me or choose to not tell me. So let's start at the beginning, right? at the heart of your reading, we have choice reversed. They're saying you don't really have a choice. You do, but not really in your heart. You don't. Or you feel like you don't. No, they're saying you know you don't. The choice has been made. You have made a decision when it comes to your career and they're saying life purpose. So you've made a decision already, but you haven't acted on it yet. But there is a sense of restlessness as it pertains to this decision. And like this inner restlessness is making you want to move forward faster than you might be ready for. This restlessness is almost making you want to move forward faster than you actually want to. Like you don't exactly want to hurry up and do this thing, but you're anxious about it. So we'll get a little more information, but let's get through the the initial baseline here of what we've got. So at the base of your reading, we have fantasy. They're saying the facts are not all there. All right, tell me more about what that means, Spirit. Okay, they're saying you're living a little bit in a fantasy world, but it's not a bad thing. They're saying you're giving yourself the freedom to be creative. And they mean that in the biggest sense of creative. In other words, you are creating something. You are creating your future. You are creating your next path. Possibly your next job or vocation or career. You're creating it by imagining it and summoning it and telling it that you are ready and that this is what you want. It's interesting. They're saying it's not about facts or numbers or data or any kind of hard reality. It's about imagination and creating something out of nothing, out of pure desire. Interesting. Now, interesting that they say you're creating something out of desire, and in the recent past, you have desire in reverse. They're telling me you recently went through a time when you had to let your passions, your dreams, like go to the wayside, go by the wayside. You didn't have time. And you lost some of that desire to do what you love to do or to do things the way you love to do them. You wanted something, but you let it go in pursuit of practicalities. Your job. Essentially what they're saying is your job got in the way of something that you love. So maybe you got very busy at work and the part of your job that you love the most sort of got pushed to the side. Or maybe there's something you've been dreaming about doing and maybe you started to get something, off the ground, or you at least started to imagine it and pursue it a little bit. And then you got busy with work and work took over. But there's something that you love to do, whether it's within your job or it's outside of your job, that you sort of had let go. But that is coming full circle here with, again, the fantasy at the base of your reading. You are now recreating what you want out of nothing. And then crowning your reading is this feeling aptitude card. There's something that you're good at. There's something you enjoy, that you have a natural aptitude for, and that feels good when you do it. It feels right when you do it. And that's you. These two cards they're you coming back to you, to who you are and what you want in your life. And you know what that is. Obviously, in a general reading like this, it's going to be different for everybody. The situation's going to be a little bit different. But what's not different is that if this reading resonates with you, you are coming back to something that you've dreamt about, that you've imagined, that you'd hoped for, but in some way had let go of, even temporarily, but now you're coming back around. And the universe is conspiring to help you because it's the right thing at the right time. But here we have, in the near future, we have confrontation. Something is going to get in the way, or is going to try to get in the way of your progress. Something at work. There's some tension in the workplace between you and some others, between possibly you and your boss. Maybe it's just some tension within the projects you work on. What else do you want to tell me about this? They're saying there is this tension, this conflict, but you're no longer going to get in the middle of it. Is that right? Hold on one sec. Bear with me. They're trying to tell me something. Yeah, they're saying you're going to start letting it go. But it is here. It is showing up. So it is something that you do have to confront. It's something you have to be prepared for. And be ready to overcome. And we're going to get some more cards, so we'll get a little more detail. But your energy is demolition in reverse. You're wanting to make a big change. You really are. But this big change right now is initially starting within you. It's starting as an internal change. They're saying it's starting as an internal demolition, getting rid of all of the habits and thought processes and just things you say, ways that you do things that are counterproductive to your own growth in your career and just in general in life. And so you're in a place where you are knocking down those old structures inside of you, internal structures that have held you back. And you were working on that. So it shows me that you're working on yourself. The people in the environment around you, we have teamwork in reverse. They're showing me, obviously you all work in different kinds of places, but they're showing me it's like you're meant to be working together, but you're not. So they're saying meant to be working together might be the wrong phrase, because things are happening exactly as they're meant to be. But in the structure of your job, the theory is that you all work together, but you're not working together. You are all working very separately. doing your own thing and like working in these silos that are, it's not the best atmosphere. It's not a bad atmosphere. They're not saying anything, very negative, but it's not ideal. The advice from Spirit is learning preparation. They want you to study whatever it is that you are dreaming about. They want you to get prepared. They're saying work on a plan. Get it down on paper. Come up with options A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Do all the steps. Get it all out on paper now and plan it all out. Like, get ready for this change that you've already decided you're going to make, whatever it is. You may be wanting to change jobs. You may be wanting to start your own business. You may be wanting to, move into a different department or, go after a promotion. There's something new that you are really, really focused on now. Maybe not quite as much as you could be, but you are definitely focused on it now more than you were. And they're wanting you now to focus even more, to not just focus and dream about it as you're doing here with the fantasy, but to put your fantasy down on paper and come up with a plan and really prepare yourself for this change that you already know is coming, that you know is imminent. And as soon as you're ready, it will happen. And we see that here with the outcome card. Can't reach. Your outcome is luck. You can't lose. The wheels are already turning. The gears are already turning. If you look on this card, you can see the gears. You can see she has the sign of Jupiter on her dress, which is luck. It's good fortune. Okay. They're showing me the phases of the moon here along the top. They're saying this could happen as quickly as 1 month. 1 full cycle of the moon, and you could be there if you prepare. So it doesn't have to be a long time. All right, we've got a different deck here. We're gonna, just throwing things around. We're gonna clarify some of these cards and just get a little bit deeper for you. All right, where do we want to start, Spirit? All right, they want to start with your crowning card, this feeling aptitude card. What else can you tell us, Spirit? It represents doing something that you are good at, innately good at. You may have learned to do something better, but you had some like natural skills in an area, and it's also something that brings you joy to do. Okay. And we have the King of Wands. You're taking action toward whatever this is, toward this thing that you are good at and getting better at, and you're preparing for change. So the King of Wands, if you notice, especially on this one, but in general, the King of Wands is often accompanied by a salamander in tarot, and he's got a big one right on his shirt. The salamander represents change. And it's like this king is embodying change. He's very ready. It's, if you look at his posture in the chair, it's like he's already, halfway up out of the seat. He's just waiting for the right moment to step up and go. That's how close you are. You're not jumping, you're not impulsive like a Knight of Wands might be. You're waiting for the right moment, but you are ready, and you're making sure you're ready. But essentially, you are ready for change. Okay. Okay, what can we clarify next, Spirit? Okay, they want to clarify the choice card, which is your, it's at the heart of your reading, choice in reverse. And we have 10 of Pentacles reversed. It looks to me, yeah. So for most of you, this is about leaving a job. This is about moving on from an opportunity that may pay very well, that may be comfortable in a lot of aspects, that may, on paper, offer a lot of opportunity and chance for growth. But you are actually like mentally preparing to walk away from this in order to pursue something that matters to you more, that speaks to you more. Interesting. Okay, so a lot of you will be changing jobs, or you're at least, you are weighing your options. And part of you, there's times when you just want to jump and do it. And what is holding you back from making an impulsive move on this, in this area, is the money. So you may be, thinking about starting your own business, doing your own thing, going into a field maybe where you could possibly make less money. And so that's a little bit, it can be a little bit scary. They're telling me you don't have to be scared, but they also don't want you to be impulsive. So a little bit of healthy fear is probably not a bad thing in this situation, just to keep you balanced. Interesting. Okay. All right, let's clarify the fantasy card. This is at the base of your reading. This is you creating something out of nothing. This is you dreaming, imagining something into reality. Oh, all right. Page of Wands, which is it is a card of inspiration. It is you taking a step in a new direction and absolutely creating something out of nothing. Being that messenger of hope to yourself. And to those around you. Like your fearlessness, when the time comes and you take this leap of faith and you create this thing out of nothing, out of pure inspiration and creativity and desire, will inspire other people to do their version of that, to follow their dreams, whatever that may be for them. Okay, interesting. That's great. It's wonderful. Beautiful cards. All right, but let's talk about the near future with this confrontation card. It's the only little piece of like ugly that I see like coming up for you here. They're saying that you're going to stay out of the fray, but let's see what else we have coming up here in the near future. What else can you show us about this, Spirit? We have the Empress. They're saying out of this conflict, out of this confrontation, will come something new. It's like this confrontation is almost like the last straw. And you could snap and you could get into whatever, an argument, you know, a conflict with people at work. But instead, they're showing me that you step back. It's like you see what's going on, you close your eyes, you focus on what you really want. And what you really want is not to tell these people where to go or what to do or get in a fight with them. You know, you don't want to get into an ego conflict with them or a pissing match. You want to create your dream. And in this moment, you learn that it's not only possible, but it's happening. Whatever this conflict is, it becomes your catalyst to calmly move forward. I mean, if you see her face on this Empress card, she's very serene. She knows what she has in her, right? She's the pregnant Empress. She knows she's got a baby growing. And she knows that its birth is imminent and approaching quickly. And so she's not getting into it. She's not taking the bait. She's trusting the process and knows that she has something amazing that is about to be birthed. And so she's stepping away from that tension, from that conflict, from whatever this fight is. Interesting. They want me to clarify the teamwork card. So the people in the environment around you, we have teamwork in reverse, which could very well explain why there's conflict and tension. People aren't really working together, are they? But let's get a little more information about what's going on in your workplace. Okay. We have the Six of Wands reversed. Yeah, people are not working together. And so things are not working. Things aren't going as well as they could in general, you know, in the environment around you, because everyone is off in their own camp, you know, trying to make a name for themselves, trying to make themselves look good, trying to just maybe just do their job without considering where, you know, where their piece fits into the bigger puzzle. And it's creating an atmosphere of not succeeding. They're saying not failure, but not really succeeding. So your company may, if not now, they will be, you know, there may be some challenges, some struggles that, frankly, if they would just work together, You know, if the different departments, different teams, different people, however it is, would just work together and not, you know, let their egos get in the way, they'd be much more successful. Much more successful. Anything else you want to say about that, Spirit? They're saying you can see the writing on the wall. You may be imagining, with this Ten of Pentacles reversed, you may be imagining that there is untold opportunity with this company. And that if you walk away, you're walking away from something big. And they're not saying that you're not walking away from something good or something big, but they're saying it's not as good as you think. It's not all as positive as you could imagine it could be if you would just stick it out with this company. And I think you know that, which is partly why you've kind of already made the decision to leave at some point. You've already discounted your future with them in some way. Maybe you just can't, maybe you just can't keep up. It's like almost like you can see, they're saying you can see the writing on the wall. You already know. You know things are not going or will go as well as they could. And it's an innate problem within your company. There is some sort of tug of war going on that is preventing your company from being truly, truly successful, or as successful as they could be. All right, let's get a little more information on the advice. So right now for advice, you have learning and preparation. They're wanting you to prepare, not to be impulsive, to get all your ducks in a row before you make any decisions. Maybe that means finding another job first, right? Maybe it means getting, backing or funding or an investor for whatever it is you want to do. Maybe it's just putting a plan together, a business plan, a marketing plan. It'll vary based on your, what it is that you're trying to pursue, obviously. So what else can you tell us, Spirit? Okay. They're saying Five of Swords reversed. Sorry, it is Five of Swords reversed. They're saying don't let conflict, problems, jealousies, resentments in the workplace cause you to exit prematurely. Don't let those things get to you, because you need to be ready. You need all your ducks in a row. You need to have a plan in place so that when you do move on to this next thing, you are successful. That it works. That it works for you, because your outcome is the luck card. Your outcome is ultimate positivity. Ultimate success and abundance and good luck. They're saying don't jump the gun. Be patient a little while longer while you get everything ready. Anything else you want to say there on the advice? No? Okay. Do you want to clarify the outcome? Okay. Let's get another card on the outcome. Let's see what else they can tell us in addition to the luck card. and we have Nine of Swords reversed. The worries that you're having right now, the concerns that are slowing you down, and rightfully so, slowing you down, encouraging you to pause and wait before you jump. That's a good thing, right? It's helping you to prepare and get ready. And it's keeping you from jumping the gun, hopefully, right? But when you do make that leap, assuming you follow their advice, not only are you going to have luck and abundance and this full, return on the Wheel of Fortune, but you're going to find that all these things you're worried about now are history. Well, they'll all go away. Everything you're worried about now won't matter once you take the leap. It won't matter anymore. Those worries are not, they're not impeding you so much now. They are slowing you down, and that's not a bad thing. But if one of your worries is, when I make that leap, am I still going to be freaked out about money and, what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it? And they're saying, no, you're not going to worry. You're going to act. You're going to do, because you will have done the work preparing. And you'll be busy making this happen, making your dream happen, making whatever this new venture is for you. You're going to be busy making it happen and succeeding at it. They're saying you're going to be making magic, and you're going to have no time for worries. You're going to be busy making magic, turning your fantasy, your desires, your inspiration, your dream into reality. Just don't jump the gun. Prepare. You'll know when the time is right. You'll know. Because that last straw, you'll see it and you'll know. And the minute this conflict happens, and it feels fairly significant. Hold on, is that right? Yes. Yeah, it feels fairly significant, but you will know it's the right time when you're able to just step back and calmly let it happen without you getting in the middle of it, without you trying to mediate it, without you trying to take sides, without you trying to prove a point, without you getting in the middle in any way. You just close your eyes to it and you focused fully on what you are creating. You will know then that this change is happening, that it's coming, that it's imminent. Start getting prepared. Start getting prepared now. All right, y'all. That is what I have for you. Very, very interesting reading and wonderful reading. There's no ambiguity here. There's no question marks. It's all like, it's coming. You know it's coming. You just got to get ready and don't have any fear. You can do this. You're meant for this. Whatever this is, you're meant for it. All right, y'all. That is all I've got for you, but thank you so much for being here. Feel free to drop a line down in the comments. Let me know what it is that you're dreaming about. What is it you're creating? I would love to hear that. And of course, I always appreciate your likes, your subscribes, your comments. All of those things help the channel. They help me get my readings out to more people so that they can help more people. And I'm just grateful. So thank you for being here. Thanks for watching. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye, y'all. Hey, group 2. Okay, we are going to take a look at what's coming up for you in your career. So let's get some tarot. I'm going to do a Celtic cross spread today. And we're just going to use 2 different tarot cards, and that's it. These first ones are a little bit different, so they give a little different flavor to the reading. And the second ones are a little more traditional. And let's see, at the bottom of the deck, we have assumptions in reverse. But let's see what we've got here. So at the heart of your reading, we have restlessness, and that's being crossed by dissatisfaction. At the base of your reading, we have balance. Recent past, we have authority. Crowning your reading is optimism. Near future, we have capability. Your energy is perspective in reverse. The people and the environment around you, we have controlling direction. The advice from Spirit is evaluation in reverse. And the outcome is freedom. Interesting. Okay. Very interesting. All right. Well, give me just a sec. I want to take all these cards in, see if they give me any initial messages, and then we'll talk about what's going on here. Okay. Okay. All right. So their initial message for you, they're referring to this card, Optimism, which is the star card in traditional tarot. And they said, don't let the star card mislead you. You're going to have to work for what you want here. And you're going to have to dream in real life, meaning not just imagine how things could be or imagine what you want, but actively bring it into being. You have to pursue it if you want something to happen here. And we'll talk about what's likely to happen. But that's a good initial message to get from them. All right, so let's start at the beginning. The heart of the reading, you have restlessness. You're saying you want to get going. You want things to change. You want things to happen. You want things to become what you want them to be. But you can't really decide whether you are ready to make a change or not. You waver between being satisfied and dissatisfied, happy, unhappy. And so you tend to not do anything about it. You think about making changes. You think about how you would really like for things to go for you with your career, how you would like things to change and improve. But then you have a day where things aren't so bad. And you just sort of settle back in. And then another day where you're very unhappy and you want to take advantage of other opportunities or another path, But it's this back and forth that is, it's tending to keep you from taking action. And it's not that they want you to be unhappy and to take action, or to, be happy and do nothing. They're saying they want you to decide what you want, regardless of whether you're happy or not with what you're doing. Ideally, you will be happy doing what you're doing, because that raises your energy, raises your vibration. But that doesn't mean you can't still pursue this other path. You can do both, and ideally you do both. All the time, they're saying. Okay. Well, that's good information. All right, so in the recent past, you have the authority card. You've struggled with authority in the past, possibly the distant past, possibly throughout your career, but certainly most recently you've struggled with authority. You want people to see things the way you do. You want things to go your way. And of course, we all do. But you didn't always go about it the right way. And so you had some struggles there with authority, where people really tried to assert their power over you. Not necessarily in a very negative way, but it felt probably a little bit oppressive, whether it really was or not. But this is behind you, right? You've moved on from that. You don't have the same insecurity that you may have had previously, or the same concerns about what others thought of you and of how you were doing and needing that recognition, that validation. You sort of grown beyond that a little bit, to where it's not so present, so important to you. And instead, you've moved beyond that to where in the near future, you are the capability card. You are doing your thing. You have all the tools. This is the magician in regular tarot. And it's showing me that you're focused more on what you can do and how you do it and how well you do it, and less on what the boss thinks of you, or what other people at work think of you, or how things appear. So this is a good transition. It's a very good transition. And it may be one of the reasons why you're feeling, you tend to have days where you are very satisfied with your job and your work. Because you're focused more on you and what you can do rather than on how other people are perceiving you. And that makes for a better atmosphere overall. It makes people like you better too at work. It makes them relate to you better, because you're not trying so hard to get noticed. All right. So at the base of your reading, we have balance. They're saying this is very important for you. You don't always have balance between home and work, between your hobbies and your job, keeping up, whatever health and wellness regimes you have, your friendships, things that interest you. They're saying you tend to lean toward one side or the other in general. But you're in a place now where you actually are experiencing more balance in your life. And it's because you've made it so. It didn't just happen. You set some boundaries in your, with your work, with people you work with, your boss. You've set some boundaries. You've like closed some doors when they needed to be closed. If you work from home, you've learned to turn the computer off and do something else, to take a break during the day, go for a walk, get out of work mode for part of your day instead of just working all the time. They're saying the balance is very important. Don't lose that. No matter what you do, don't lose that. It's vital to your progression in where you're going. All right. And then, of course, crowning your reading, we have optimism, or like we mentioned before, it's the Star card. This is a card of hope. This is a card of dreaming. This is a card of believing that the future will look better than what's going on right now. And what's going on right now might be great, but it's a belief that things will continue to get better. But like they said, the message in the beginning, you still have to work for it. Don't let hope and optimism be all that this card brings you. Because hope and optimism aren't going to get you there. Action is going to get you there. You do have to act on what you want. You have to pursue it. Okay? And we're going to pull some more cards, so we'll get a little deeper, but that's where we are right now. Your energy is the perspective card in reverse. They're saying you have a tendency to see things one way, your way. Whatever you've convinced yourself about a situation, whatever you've convinced yourself it is, that's the way you see it. And you tend not to open yourself up to other perspectives. What are you saying? They're saying you like things to be what you see. In other words, you don't change the perspective very often. At least you're not right now. And you tend to see things in like black and white. But that's not always reality. So the people and the environment around you, we have controlling and direction. Spirit is saying that the people at work, where you work, they want you to lead. They want you to take ownership and control without playing the whole game yourself. They see you as a team player. They see you as a star player, as someone they can count on. They want you to be more of the quarterback, running the plays than maybe you are right now. If that appeals to you, of course, but that's how they see you. They see you as someone who is fully capable of that. And they want to see more of that from you. They really have positive feelings about you. They feel good about what you do and who you are at work and what your skill set is. That it's a, regardless of how you feel about the environment that you're in, you may feel good about it, you may feel negative about it, it might be some of both. They feel about you very good things. The advice from Spirit is evaluation in reverse. They're saying stop listening to opinions. Opinions don't matter. Facts matter. Your work matters. Results matter. Don't worry about opinions at work. They're not real most of the time. Most of the time it's imagined, right? You're imagining people are thinking this or that about you, and they're not. But even when they do have opinions and they state them, they're just that. They're just opinions. And so Spirit is asking you to put that to the side. Focus on what's real. All right. And then your outcome is freedom. It's the Fool card. It's a fresh start. It's a new beginning. You know, if you look at the card, there's an egg here. There's a book here with no writing on it. They're saying you get to create your own chapter here. Write your own story. You're going to start over. And it could be that you're starting over somewhere new, whatever it is you're dreaming about, imagining. Or it could just be a fresh start where you are. You know, if things got off a little bit rocky earlier on, and it does appear that things may have been a little bit rocky for you, at least from your point of view. I'm not so sure from the point of view of the people you work with or work for, but from your point of view, it may have felt rocky. They're saying you don't have to leave. This isn't about, you know, starting over somewhere new, unless that's what you want. But they're saying it's about starting over with a new you. So there's a new beginning, a fresh start coming for you. All right, let's get a little more information here. Let's get a few more cards out. Okay. They want to pull a card on the Restless card. So this card at the heart of your reading, this Restlessness card. They want me to pull another card on that. Okay. And it's the Three of Cups. You really want to be happy. You want to be friends with the people you work with. You want to enjoy your work. And part of you feels like happiness has to lie somewhere else because you haven't found it really here. They're saying it's not necessarily the case. You can find happiness here or elsewhere. That's up to you. But if you like what you do, you don't have to leave to find happiness. So rather than being restless about, you know, you're going to need change in order to be happy, they're saying focus on what it is that makes you happy and be more aware of that, rather than paying attention to what makes you unhappy. Okay, that's great. Okay, they want me to pull a card on authority. This is in your recent past. So let's see what else we can find out about that. Okay. All right. We have Seven of Wands reversed. So in the recent past, you felt like you were fighting a losing battle. You know, you wanted to be on top. You wanted to prove yourself. You wanted to show what you could do. But you felt like you were always being knocked down, like knocked down a peg, or questioned, or, you know, told maybe something wasn't good enough, or whatever it was. And it may have been real, may have been somewhat imagined. Because some of these things do just happen naturally in the workplace. It doesn't mean that they really are trying to knock you down. Some of it is just constructive criticism that, if you're in the wrong mindset, feels like an attack. But they're saying that is behind you now. And they're saying to keep it there. You're not fighting a losing battle. You can win. You are winning, even if you don't realize it. You're appreciated and you are respected at work, probably more than you think, more than you're aware. Okay? But it feels like now either you're starting to understand that, or you're caring about that less. And I think either scenario is a good place for you to be in. All right, they want me to clarify the optimism card. This is crowning your reading. And we have justice reversed. They're saying you need to try to bring say that again. They're saying in order to turn the scales around, in order to turn the justice card around and get what you deserve, get what you've earned, you have to pursue it. You can't just wait for it to come like knocking at your door. So whatever it is you decide you really want, whether it's within this job or pursuing something else, you will get what you deserve once you stop dreaming about it and start taking action toward it. And then they're saying the world is your oyster. You've got to take the steps to get what you want. And it starts with knowing what you want. And that's part of this journey, is what do you really want? And how badly do you want it? And how much are you willing to work for it? Because it requires all of those things. Okay. All right, let's clarify the capability card. This is in your near future. It's the Magician card in traditional tarot. Okay. And we have the Hanged Man in reverse. So in the near future, and you may be kind of, there now, or you will be soon, the cards do show you are going to be taking action. The time of waiting and watching and learning and growing and all of those things, healing, for the most part, they're behind you. I mean, there's some things we never stop doing. We never stop healing and growing, but they're saying what's coming for you in the near future is you acting on your own behalf. You taking action to get what you deserve, what you want. Getting off of the fence and pursuing it. Knowing that as the magician, you can do it. You've got all the tools, internal and external. You've got all the skills. They're saying there's nothing else you need right now other than enough desire to go for it. And it is showing that you are approaching that time. So I'm sure you're feeling that already. Okay. What next, Spirit? All right. They want me to clarify the perspective card. Perspective in reverse. This represents your energy. And we have Ace of Cups. So where your perspective, you might have a little bit of tunnel vision about how you think things are going to go or how you think things are. Ultimately, you really do want to be happy. Like that is your goal and that is your purpose, you know, in this job, whether you stay, whether you go, whatever you decide to do. You really are focused on your own happiness. The happiness that you feel and receive, as well as the happiness that you share with others. Spirit is acknowledging, they're recognizing, and they want you to know that they recognize that while you may be struggling with what to do and you know, whether you're good enough and finding balance and all of these things, they are acknowledging that all of this is because you're in the pursuit of happiness. You want to be happy, and that there is no better pursuit. Happiness should always be the goal. You know, not money, not prestige, not title, not recognition, but are you happy? And so they're acknowledging that that they see you and they know that that's what's important to you. All right. All right. They want me to clarify your environment, people around you. Right now you've got controlling, direction. It's like the quarterback card, you know, it's how they see you. What else can you tell us? And we have the Sun card. They think the best of you. They think the world of you. They don't realize, like, when you have moments where you're unhappy and, you just kind of want to throw in the towel, if that is happening, and it's, that is, of course, suggested here, they're saying they don't see it, which is good. You don't want them to see it. It doesn't benefit you to have your employer and your coworkers think that you're miserable. Now you may confide in someone here or there and, tell them how, you struggle sometimes, but in general, overall within the company, they think you're capable, they think you're skilled, they think you have leadership qualities and leadership potential. But they also think that you're happy, that you are enjoying what you do. And Spirit is saying, because on some level, and it may differ for different people, you do enjoy what you do. You do find happiness in what you do and fulfillment and joy. They're saying it's not always easy. Sometimes it's a struggle. Sometimes it hurts. But what you give off, what most people see, is that you enjoy it. So that's great. Okay, all right, let's clarify the advice from Spirit. We've got evaluation in reverse, but what else can you tell us, Spirit? And we have 9 of Pentacles reversed. Hold on one second. Okay. They're saying don't give up everything. Don't give up everything because of what you think other people's opinions may be. Because for the most part, you are wrong. What I'm getting is that you tend to think people think negatively, that they're judging, that they're questioning, what you do and how you do it. But they're really not. And they're saying, be careful of throwing out the baby with the bathwater. You've got a good thing here. It may or may not be what you want ultimately, right? That's for you to decide. But if you are going to make a change, make the right change. Do it for the right reasons and make a change. Make the right change. Don't just change for change's sake, because you could be losing something very good. Any other advice, Spirit? Okay. They're also saying don't go it alone. This 9 of Pentacles, when it's upright, the 9 of Pentacles very much represents, being independent and, being very capable of doing something on your own. They're wanting you to not do that so much. You may be fully capable of doing something on your own, but you'll find more balance if you let others help you. You'll also find more joy, more happiness if you include others and sort of, share the job a little bit. They're saying share the wealth, but they mean it so a little bit tongue-in-cheek, meaning you have a lot going on. Let other people help you. Okay, I think that's great advice. All right, last but not least, let's look at your outcome. Let's get a little more information there. We've got the Freedom card. Freedom to write your own story, start over, have a fresh start. What else do you see in Group 2's outcome, Spirit? Okay. And we have the World card. The World and the Fool. There's definitely a new beginning here for you. 100% a new beginning. There's an end and a new beginning, both. Something is coming full circle and an opportunity for you to take off. Now, this could be, again, literally, you could be leaving this company, and going to a new company. You could be up-leveling, leaving this position and up-leveling to a position that that you feel you deserve, that you've been maybe dreaming about. It could be doing something completely new. Only you know what what you're dreaming about, what you really want to do. The only thing I can see for sure is that you want to be happy. And then that's great. That should be your number one goal. So you're going to get a chance to go after what you want, whatever that is. And they're showing me here that it's going to happen. You're going to tie up your current situation with a nice little bow and put it away and start over. And like I said, it could be starting over right where you are. It doesn't have to mean leaving. It just means leaving the perception and the competition, and if there's any like jealousy or resentment, any of that, the struggle, the tug of wars, leaving that behind, putting that stuff away and giving yourself a new opportunity. Wow, it's great. And just an observation here, just in your spread, you have so many major arcana. You've got the World card, you have the Fool, you have the Sun, you have Perspective, which is the Hanged Man, you have the Magician, you have another Hanged Man, you have the Star card and Justice. This is Justice as well, and Authority, which is the Emperor. You've got so many major arcana. And most importantly, you're ending on 2 major arcana and you're crowned by 2 more. This is a big change for you. It's a big change internally and externally. So you're changing as a person, but also your career is changing in a big way. One way or another, whatever direction you decide to go, you are going to succeed, and it's going to be a big change. There's no question about it. So get ready, it's coming. Get ready to start taking some action, moving forward. Absolutely. All right, y'all, that's what I've got for you. I hope that helps. I would love to hear what it is that what it is that you really want. How are you going to pursue this? What are you going to do? Drop a line, let me know, what you're going to do to bring your dream into reality. I would love to hear that. So drop me a comment. Also, like this video if it resonated at all, share it, subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate all of that. It just helps YouTube know that the content I put on here is worthwhile. And then they show it to more people, and that's a good thing. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your just being here and watching. All right. Thanks, y'all. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey, group 3. Okay, we are going to take a look at what's coming up for you in your career. I'm going to do a Celtic cross spread today. I've got 2 different tarot decks. This first one is a little bit of a different kind of deck, so it brings a different flavor to it. We're going to see what's coming for you. Fingers don't want to work today. And at the bottom of the deck, we have controlling, restraint, in reverse. Okay, let's see what we have going on here. So, the heart of your reading, we have obsession. And that's being crossed by evaluation in reverse. At the base of your reading, we have contemplation in reverse. Recent past, we have intuition. Crowning your reading, we have dissatisfaction. Near future, we have decision reversed. Your energy is exhaustion. The people and the environment around you is doing, invention in reverse. The advice from Spirit is balance. And the outcome is feeling collaboration in reverse. Right? Well, that's interesting. Okay. Well, give me just a second. I want to take all this in, see if they give me any initial messages for you, and then we're going to talk about what's going on here. Okay. All right, so interesting message. We'll see how it fits in with the cards. But they said, we're going to take you on a journey to a new desire that you haven't contemplated yet. So they're sparking a new interest in you, a new road, a new path for you that you haven't probably considered yet, according to them, which is interesting. Okay, so let's talk about the cards. Your initial card, the heart of the reading, is obsession. They're saying you're looking at things very closely, scrutinizing the details, going over everything with a fine-tooth comb. They're saying there's a lot of looking, not a lot of doing currently. At least as far as, what's going on here, where this is headed. Okay. So you're basically obsessing over the details. You're heavily focused on the details. Now that's being crossed by evaluation in reverse, which means the one thing that is pulling you away from this obsession is that more and more you're starting to ignore the opinions of others, which I feel is a good thing. So right now you may be focusing so much on the details, on trying to get everything right? You're looking at everything so closely because it's a sense of perfectionism. You want to get it right before you jump in and do something. But the less you care about other people's opinions and how they're evaluating you, the more freedom you're going to feel just to do, right? Rather than look at. They're saying it's okay to take your time and evaluate things and consider things. Just don't wait forever. All right, that's fair. So at the base of your reading, we have contemplation in reverse. They're saying you are looking at things, right? You're looking at things. You are focused on the details, heavily focused on the details of what you're doing, where you are, how things are going. But you're not really giving yourself the space to breathe, the space to dream, the space to imagine something else. If you look at this card in the upright, this person is outside under the stars, reading a book, allowing their consciousness to expand a little bit, their imagination to expand, and giving themselves, some time to breathe, to relax. But when this card's in reverse, it's telling me that you're not taking that time. You're not giving yourself that breathing space. You're not giving yourself the chance to imagine something better. You're too worried about what the people at your job, at your career, think of you and what you're doing and how you're doing. You're pulling away from that. Like you're starting to care less and less about what they think. And that's a good thing. All right. In the recent past, we have intuition. Okay, they're saying you're letting your feelings go, and you're focusing more on concrete things. So you have instincts, you have intuition, you have a feeling, right, when it comes to your career. But currently, this is kind of been backburnered, been put on the back burner. Your feelings have been pushed aside a little. And in some ways, that's a good thing, right? You don't want to be overly feeling in your career at work, but with feelings, sometimes, and emotions, when those things go away, sometimes we also lose some of our gut instinct, some of our internal direction. And you're focused more and more on the details, the realities, the physicalness of your career. You know what I mean? The realities. Crowning your reading, we have dissatisfaction. So you're not particularly happy where you are. You're not quite fed up yet, but maybe you're getting there. What else do you want to tell us about this card? Okay. They're saying currently, like, you may be very unhappy, but you're not going anywhere because you can't make a decision. And we see that here in the near future when you have decision in reverse. So you're unhappy. You may be wanting to leave. You may be wanting to do something else. You're getting a little bit fed up with what's going on around you. But rather than trusting your intuition, trusting your gut instincts, instead you're focusing heavily on the details and struggling to make a decision, or just not making a decision, right? But this crowning card, which represents kind of, to me, like an umbrella over your whole reading, and when your crowning card is dissatisfaction, that tells me something needs to change. One way or another, something needs to change, but you're struggling. They're saying you're not listening to your intuition. You're not listening to your gut. You're focusing too heavily on what you have to lose instead of what you've already lost. That's an interesting way to put it. What you've already lost, where you are, doing what you're doing in the way that you're doing it. Which is a good segue to the card that represents you, which is exhaustion. So you are unhappy. You feel overly conscious about what others think of you, although you are moving away from that. And you're exhausted. You're overwhelmed with work. You're feeling chained to the job. You feel like you can't escape. But they're saying escape is as easy as a decision away. But you have to make it. And escape does not necessarily mean you have to leave your job. It can mean that, and it might mean that. But what it absolutely means is that something needs to change, especially with dissatisfaction crowning your reading. Something needs to change. And you, believe it or not, hold that decision in your hands. Okay. So the people in the environment around you, we have doing, invention in reverse. They're showing me like a lot of work, right? Everybody's working hard, but kind of getting nowhere. Spinning their wheels. You know, this is an interesting card to look at upright. So you have one person who is creating something new. You know, this sculptor is creating something new. And then someone else who is iterating it and mass producing it, which is a process. You know, both pieces are a process, and the end result is that you have all these little statues. But in reverse, the feeling they're giving me is that of busy, 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 but making no progress. They're saying they're not churning out anything worthwhile. Not yet, anyway. And they're saying they're tired too. You're exhausted, they're tired too. So keep that in mind. It's always good to know how the other people around you feel. So we don't just assume, oh, I'm the only one that's tired. I'm the only one that's feeling dissatisfaction or feeling judged. They are too. The advice from Spirit is to do whatever you can to bring balance back into your life. Dream more. You know, with this contemplation in reverse, you've stopped dreaming, you've stopped imagining, you've stopped escaping. And sometimes that escape just in our own imagination is important. But you lack a lot of balance in your life right now. You're overworked, for sure. Or at least, no, they're saying yes, you are overworked. And you're not giving yourself the breather that you not only deserve, but that you need. They're saying we want you to try. Try saying no. Try turning the computer off. Try delegating. Try putting something off for another day. It might feel impossible, but it's less so than you think. And it could really, truly change your life to bring balance back. All right. So the outcome card, we have feeling collaboration. They're saying you're going to be moving to a new project, a new job, a new program. It'll be probably a little bit different for everyone watching, but this particular group that you are working with right now on a regular basis is going to change. You're not going to be working with them specifically much longer. Is there anything more you want to say about that? They're saying they kind of take you for granted. That you're going to do things, that you're going to accomplish things, that you're going to get things done. That you're going to speak your mind and show them how things should be done in a lot of ways. They don't always like that, which is why they take it for granted. But when they no longer have your voice in the room, the process gets harder because you bring an expertise to whatever you do that others, and this may have happened in the past too, but others won't appreciate until it's gone. and others don't appreciate necessarily. It's not that they don't value you. They just don't value you like they should, as much as they should. They're not quite acknowledging your worth. And so they're saying that's going to change. The dynamics are going to change. The people are going to change. Like the people in the room are going to change. Okay, interesting. All right, let's get some clarifying cards out. It's a different deck, so it'll bring a little different level of information. All right, where do you want to start, Spirit? Okay, they want to start with the intuition card in the past. And we have Four of Cups. They're saying you've become dissatisfied with the way things have been going, with the way things were. And so it's like you've lost a little bit of that hope. And it's sent you sort of into a spiral of focusing heavily on the details, thinking that the numbers, the details, the specifics matter more than the big picture. Where before you were almost admired for creating such a picture, a big picture, for being able to see things as a whole. And it's not that you are not admired now, but you're now buried in the details, and that's not really where you shine. You shine when your imagination and your inspiration can create something. Anything else on that, Spirit? They just want you to try to get some of that back. Some of that feeling, some of that gut level, some of that desire back. And like they said at the beginning, that just reminded me, that they are sparking a new desire in you. So to me, that's a great thing. You know, this may be in the past right now. The intuition card may be in the past, but it's coming back. All right. Where do you want to go next, Spirit? Okay, so you want me to clarify the obsession card at the heart of your reading. So let's get a little more information on that. We have the Hierophant reversed. There's a little bit of a tug of war happening between you and others, but also between you and yourself. You're not sure which path to take. The conservative path, right? Where you do things the way they've been done and always been done, or a path of your own creating. A little bit more of a rebellious, although not, maybe rebellious isn't free-spirited path. They're saying, remember, you are really good at big picture, right? At creating something from nothing, at dreaming, at imagining. But when you start focusing, almost exclusively on every detail, and the cobwebs, like we see, the cobwebs just start to grow over what used to be dynamic work, you lose your inspiration. You lose your spark. So that's something to just keep in mind, think about, see how try that on, see how it feels. Do you prefer to be, focused on the details, concerned about the numbers, worried about the numbers and the pieces and the whatever you do and how people are evaluating you? Or do you prefer to live more in your imagination and in a space of creation and inspiration? Based on what I'm seeing here and what they're telling me, it sounds like the latter. Like you thrive when you can dream and create. And so there's a little bit of I would say more of an internal struggle than anything there. Okay. All right, let's look more at this dissatisfaction card. Obviously, you're not 100% happy at work, very obviously. Let's see what else Spirit wants to tell us about that. And we have Three of Cups reversed. You're just unhappy. It's like there's no joy left in, or very little joy left in what you do and your life in general, because I feel like work has taken over. You've got very little balance, very little joy. And you might not have a lot of joy and happiness in your personal life, which does bleed into your work life. They're saying you should try to find more of that, put more focus there on having, if you can't control your job and how that goes, try to bring more joy into your personal life. And then that joy will bleed into your work. And that will help change things. That will help create that spark that they're trying to reignite you with. They're saying bring more joy into your life and you will bring more joy into your work. Okay, that's great. All right, Spirit, can you clarify the decision in reverse? This is in your near future. All right, sorry about that. The light died. I had to get a new light, so sorry. We're going to go back. I am clarifying your near future card, the decision card in reverse. All right, and we have the Hanged Man in reverse. You've been still for a while, and now you're starting to feel ready to get going and move. But you don't know quite how to do that. You're still feeling a little bit stuck. So, you know, with the Hanged Man, this one's hanging from a tree branch. And in reverse on this card in particular, you know, they're still wound up with all these, whatever, ropes. And what I'm getting is this feeling of trying to wriggle out, trying to get off of the tree and wriggle out of these bindings, but struggling to do that. And that's you struggling to make a decision. You're struggling to know what to do. And they're saying that's where we're going to come in and help you. We want you to choose well. We want you to choose the right thing for you. We can't choose for you, but we can help you see the light and then help you follow the light so you know where to go. It's a nice analogy. Anything else there? Okay. All right. All right, let's clarify the card that represents you. That's this exhaustion card. What else can you tell us about group 3's energy? We have the Sun card. You really want to be happy. And you're really not. You're very unhappy. It's like you're stuck inside with these piles of papers that might be literal or just, you know, metaphorical. But you're feeling trapped by your job when really you want to be outside, enjoying life, smiling, laughing. You know, maybe you have kids that you want to be spending time with, family members you want to be spending time with. Maybe you just want to be free. But you're not free. You feel very much trapped with a chain around your neck that's locked. And, you know, if you're looking at the clock, it's, not even 8 a.m. yet? Your day starts out like that? Yeah. Feels like drudgery. And you're being pulled by this desire to be happy and free. It's like it's ever present. You're always aware of this desire to be happy and free, but equally aware of how trapped you feel and how burdened you are. Interesting. We're going to clarify the people and the environment around you. The card you have now is Doing Invention in reverse. But let's see what else they can tell us. And we have Temperance reversed. Yeah, there's no balance at your workplace at all. It's not just you. It's the culture there. The culture is do more, do more, do more, be busier, be busier, be busier. But they're not accomplishing much. They're very much spinning their wheels, keeping everyone busy, doing, but not accomplishing, not creating anything sustainable. It's very much a hurry up sort of atmosphere. Rather than get it right, it's hurry up. And then you're hurrying up to fix the thing you hurried up to create, instead of doing it right the first time. I understand your exhaustion and dissatisfaction if that's how your workplace is. Wow. Okay. All right, so what other advice can you give group 3, Spirit? You've got balance. Create some balance in your life. Absolutely. Okay. And we have Knight of Cups. Pursue what makes you happy. In your personal life, in work, spend more time thinking about what brings you joy and pursuing those things at all cost. What else, Spirit? Oh, they want another one. Another advice card. They're saying this is how you can help create balance. Right now, where you are unbalanced is that it's work, 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 but not a lot of joy, not a lot of happiness. You have to actively bring that into your life. It's not going to just fall in your lap. And partly that's done by creating boundaries at work. And we have Queen of Cups reversed. Stop taking care of everyone else but yourself. Be good to you. Take care of you. Let the others take care of themselves. Unless, obviously, if you're a caretaker. I mean, that not being the point. The point being, there's times when we spend a lot of time worrying what others think, taking care of others' needs, being the mom, and I don't mean that literally, although it could be literally, being the mom to other people, to take burdens off of their plates, burdens off of their back, problems away from them. But what you're doing is piling that on yourself and not giving yourself the same courtesy that you're trying to give others. It's time to be good to yourself now. You need to take care of you and your happiness before all else. The job can wait. The job will wait. And it'll be better. You'll be better for it when you're in a more balanced place personally. You'll be better at your job. You'll be better at whatever you do because you'll be happier. That's good advice. All right, let's look at the outcome. You have feeling collaboration in reverse. They're telling me things are going to change. People are changing. Environment is changing. What else can you tell us about the outcome for group 3? Okay. We have the moon. They're saying you're going to bring imagination back to your career. You're going to start contemplating again. You're going to start dreaming again, imagining again. And in doing that, you're going to start making things happen. You're going to pluck things out of thin air as if by magic. because you dreamed it up. Anything else, Spirit? Yeah? Okay. Right, they want to give you another card on the outcome. More information. What else can you tell us for group 3? Oh, they're saying you're gonna be saying goodbye to this feeling of exhaustion and lack of inspiration. You're saying goodbye to that, as well as maybe some people that you work with, but the feeling most of all for everybody. Okay. We have Ace of Swords reversed. They're saying they're not going to know. They're not going to know what's going on with you. You're going to have a new beginning, a new spark, a new idea, a new plan for yourself, a seed, you know, that's going to spark from your imagination. And they're not going to know. It's not going to be something that you share with them or dream up with them. This is you. You're letting go of their way of doing things. And you're stabbing it in the ground, just like that Ace of Swords in reverse. And you're rising above it and bringing new life to something new, a new idea, a new concept, a new project, a new vocation, a new path, a new road for yourself in some way. And it's kind of like you're doing it in secret. Why are they doing it in secret? They're saying you don't want anybody to know. You won't want anybody to know, not right away. But they're saying, say that again. They're saying, we're going to take care of you. They don't need to know. They don't need to know what you're working on separately, you know. Your plans will be in motion, and the ideas will spark, and the drive and the inspiration will rise up. And then what? And they're saying, and then you're going to do what you do, which is what you're good at, creating, imagining things into reality in some way. And it's going to change everything. You need to get back to who you are, back to who you are, who you were, but even more who you are. Wow. Okay. Well, group 3, that is your reading. Very interesting. Be curious to see where this is heading for you and how things are going. So feel free to drop me a comment down below. I read them all. And, thank you for watching and for your likes and shares and subscribes and comments. It all helps. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, y'all. Bye-bye.